Well, good morning, Layla.
Good morning.
Thanks for having both of us here. So, I like to start with the statement that when words fail, music speaks, right? So, when you look at or listen to the Star Spangled Banner, right? Everybody knows that song generally. Everybody knows the lyrics to it, and everybody generally can sing it. And it was written by a gentleman, Francis Scott Key wrote the Star Spangled Banner. So, then when we move forward into today's musical environment, right, it's still all about writing that song, no matter what the category is or what you're trying to do. So for us, what I looked at is I started a journey to Nashville, Tennessee 8 years ago, not really knowing what I was going to do when I got down there. And the Nashville Songwriters Association International is an opportunity for people to be involved with the industry in Nashville, and it's a gatekeeper and a gateway to what we do in the different cities around the world. So we have a meeting here a chapter meeting every month. And so what happens is, it was an opportunity to kind of learn the music industry from the Nashville perspective. And so what happened was then, lo and behold, I learned a lot about the industry, and I still do what I do down there. But lo and behold, Brian Williams here is a chapter member and a coordinator with us. And the Magic City of the Plains, Cheyenne, Wyoming, he comes up with a lyric for a contest, which Brian will elaborate on. And lo and behold, from that little engine that could, he became a finalist he'll tell you how many entries we had. So Brian, the stick is yours.
The total entries was over 2,500 entries with the song and the lyric portion of the contest. And the song I had written, which is still a lyric, placed second. And the song was about what happens with people who are in the final stages of dementia. It was about a couple, a man and a wife, and so it had quite a bit of emotional content to it, which is something that is generally looked at when someone's analyzing a lyric for, what the type of quality that lyric might have, as if it connects to a listener. And dementia is unfortunately a pretty widespread disease. Most people associate it with Alzheimer's, but there are a lot of different forms of dementia that fall under that umbrella. So, but I wrote it. I was down visiting my mother, who was in the late stages of dementia, with my dad, and watching my mother and father interact with one another. It seemed like something that needed to be documented for posterity's sake.
How much time, how much effort went into that?
Well, the funny thing about songs that are actually written by observation, they actually tend to go a lot more quickly, because you're more or less reporting an event that you're watching, but putting it in a song format. So I hate to say it, but all total, the song probably took me in the neighborhood of about 2 hours. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The certain songs do that. I mean, some will just spill out on the page, and then others, I've been working on certain songs for over a year, but this one was one that just kind of, it was ready to be written. So
that's a pretty emotional topic, right, for a song, and so many emotions just spewing, and I can only imagine what you went through. So that's pretty admirable to know that you had that strength and courage inside of you to be able to do that. So what is something within those lyrics, right? They're going to speak to people, but what is the main objective? What is the purpose and the meaning that you want somebody to be left behind while reading those?
Well, a big part of it was that the disease doesn't just affect the person who is suffering from it; it affects those around it, because it's almost like you're losing the person twice. Once their memory goes, it's a struggle for everyone involved, and it does become a daily emotional battle to try to deal with everything that surrounds that issue. The person who has the disease is actually a lot of times fearful. They don't understand what's going on around them. They don't recognize faces, and then suddenly out of the blue they'll know who you are. And I had to write the song in third person because I attempted to write it in first person and it was just too much. So I took it from the angle of, you know, someone's spouse having to deal with that issue. And the title, He Will, comes from a line in the song that he knows she won't remember, but he will. And so it definitely connects on an emotional level. So.
Absolutely. What a roller coaster of emotions, I can only imagine. My
Yeah.
goodness. So much admiration here for you. Really, really. What is
Thank
the
you.
name of the song?
The title of the song is He Will.
He Will. And that came from?
From that line within the song that no matter what he did, he knew she wouldn't remember, but he would remember the times that in the chorus of the songs is basically that all the things that he was trying to get across and you know, trying to connect with, that even though she wouldn't remember, he would remember every time that she knew who he was, and every time that they were able to spend those minutes together, even though they were short. So.
Great. So we had just talked about it before we started recording, and there's no music to it yet. And is that in the foreseen future to get that rolling?
Absolutely. I'm working on getting the chords laid down to it, and you know, a scratch vocal, and then we'll go ahead and get it in the studio and get a demo recorded.
Perfect. Is this the first time putting an entry in?
For this particular contest, yes. But
Yes.
I really didn't expect much to come of it because it's always very stiff competition in any song contest, because especially one at an international scale, that you know, you've got a lot of talented people submitting a lot of lyrics. So I've only been writing for just over 2 years, and so it's never too late to get
Right.
started. So.
So with knowing how far you got in this one, do you plan to do it again?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't miss it. I've got a backlog of songs that you know, have not been recorded yet, and ones that I have submitted a few of them to other contests, but I'll continue to do so in the future. So.
Beautiful. So you're an inspiration. You're going to be an inspiration, and those feelings and those emotions are going to be spoken through music, right? And you're going to touch so many people's lives with this. So with our dreamers and our believers and our maybe I can't do it, you know, I can't doers, what do you want to leave for them, knowing that you know, late stages of life, just 2 years into this, like such a touching music, I don't even know how you would put this.
It's a connection.
Yes, exactly, right? What is something that you want to leave for those individuals that want to do that, but...
Well, like I said, it's never too late to start. I didn't know that I could write at all, really, until a couple of years ago, and I think that you want to write from the heart. I mean, if you write from that standpoint, then you know, you will connect with your listeners, and you can never go wrong with that angle. So.
Great, beautiful. Well, is there anything else that you want to leave with the community, with of all ages, honestly, with this?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a dream, pursue it. It may not happen right away, but even if you just write 18 minutes a day, within a span of a year, you've written 100 hours, and you know, just practice your craft and try to do the best that you possibly can to communicate your idea in a meaningful way. And like I said, it's never too late, but it's also never too early. So.
Oh, that's great. Absolutely love that. Well, congratulations on
Yeah,
all of
thank you,
your
Lynn.
accomplishments. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Mama's going to be right there speaking with you, right and through you, and you're going to carry very, very far and inspire so many lives based off of your story. So it's a moment of empowerment is what you took that moment, right, of weakness and turned it into empowerment for so many. And so I'm going to be super excited to see what comes out of it, and adding the music and all of that great stuff. I'm sure it's going to come out beautiful. So I really do appreciate it, and congratulations again on all of your accomplishments and much more to come for you. I can see it already.
Thank
Ty, is there anything else that you want to add and leave with the community as well?
Sure, because Cheyenne has a very, very vibrant little music situation going on right now. I mean, there's some great writers that reside right in this community, not only Brian, but Amy and Annie, Todd Dreamer, also Robert Honeycutt, a gentleman named Russ Brown. He writes for a band called Southern Fried. There's a number of, Jason Buchanan, there's just a number of great people that make great songs, and we're just really lucky to be in this community. And like this gentleman right here, Brian, the little engine that could. It started in this community with what, 60,000 people, and he got to be a finalist, which is just an amazing accomplishment. We're just really lucky that he's a part of the Nashville Songwriters Association International. So, yeah.
Beautiful. So the next one, when is the next one going to be held?
Our next contest, I'm sure you'll post the address where they can get in touch with us email-wise, but we have our chapter. There's a coordination going on right now for a chapter song contest. Again, another contest. So we're going to have our submissions next week, and then from there we'll forward those to the organization, and who knows, maybe he gets on the roster for that one too.
Great.
Yeah.
So the submission, anybody from anywhere can
It's
enter,
if you'll reach out to us via the email, we can tell you about how to join and all the different factions that are involved, or all the different criteria that's involved with making sure that we get your song across the finish line. But
Great.
yeah, like I said, I don't think I've said it yet actually, but NSAI's motto is that it all starts with a song. That's their slogan and our slogan. And for us, for me, it's when words fail, music speaks. Like what happened, what you translated into how you got that populated and out there. Yeah.
Great. Beautiful. So our Cheyenne residents are more than welcome to get into the next one?
Sure, yeah. I believe that what's going to happen is this one, I think we're going to tie the bow on this one, but we have monthly meetings, and you join, and we try to educate and help you achieve your goals for music. Yeah,
Great,
sure.
great. Well, both of you, thank you so much. If there's any final thoughts, feelings, emotions, or concerns, now's your time. Is there anything else that you guys can think of that you want to leave behind?
I guess the biggest thing I would have to say is that if it's something that you want to pursue, start. Start somewhere, and the NSAI is a great place to do that. That's part of where I learned actually how to structure a song and even begin, and it's a great starting point, and you can get feedback on your lyrics and hone your craft. So.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both so much for taking time out of the day, coming, sitting down, and speaking about all of this, and for you too, sharing that story. I know that can be hard. Off of a tangent, it's empowering for many people. So keep that strength up, and I really do appreciate both of you for being here.
Thank you, Lila.
Thank you.